Hey, welcome to the channel again on a nice sunny Friday afternoon in Indonesia. Anyway, let's get to it. Well, let's talk about the matches that are going to happen tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday in the Premier League. Let's start off with Arsenal v Bournemouth. Now, I think that game is going to should be an easy game for Arsenal, should be. Even with the injuries they have, like Gabriel Martinelli, also, of course, Odegaard's still out. Also, of course, maybe Saka injured, you know. But they got a pretty full side at the moment. They've got Mourinho's available, Calafiore, Timber's coming back. I think Jesus will be on the wing, I do think, for in place of Saka. I think that's the way he should be. You'll have Havertz up front. I really do think that they should dominate this game if they play properly. Against a good Bournemouth side, I have to say. Bournemouth are playing pretty well. But I do think they will dominate this. I feel that they'll give Arsenal a very good game. And from what I can see, I think even with the injuries Arsenal have, they should probably should win 2-1 or 3-1 maybe, but it will be difficult if they don't score within the first half an hour, Arsenal. But away from home, defensively they're pretty very good. It's only at home they tend to leak goals. So I do feel, even bearing all this in mind, I think Arsenal, with the likes of Trossard, with the likes of Havertz, with the likes of also Jesus on one side, and Sterling as well could come in as well on the left hand side and probably add to the goal tally as well. So they got still, even with the injuries, they've got a strong, they're quite pretty strong up front, and I don't see too much problems for them. So I feel, yeah, as I just said, 2-1 or 3-1 with that match. Let's move on to then, of course, Tottenham v West Ham. Now that's a totally different thing. I think that will be a very tight game, even though it's been played at the Spurs ground, because Solanke's getting on form. Both teams are starting to show some good form. Both teams have some very good players as well. Obviously, they got Maddison, Solanke, and several others who can add to the goals up front for Tottenham. Their defence is, when it's on form, is not bad with Romero at the back. I feel they can actually also play very well. But then, of course, they're playing against a West Ham team that's starting to get on form as well, with Bowen, Kudus, such players like that, who can really make a difference to the game when they're playing to their strengths. So I really feel that with those taking that into consideration as well, that they could actually do very well there as well. West Ham do very well at Tottenham. But I don't know, it all depends at the end of the day how about West Ham they go for a counter-attacking game against Tottenham, or whether they go really try to blitz them. But however, Tottenham, as we know, they're all with regards to only concerned about doing an attacking game anyway. So they really look to being on form recently with their offensive game, and they could probably win 2-0. However, West Ham also could make it. West Ham could maybe get a goal or two, so it could be 2-0 to Tottenham, or maybe a 2-2 draw. Even West Ham might even nick it 2-1. We don't know, because it's hard to tell how that's going to turn out. But let's see. Then, of course, you have the other game involving a London club, which is Chelsea, playing against Liverpool over at Anfield. Now that could be a very interesting game as well, because Liverpool, obviously, they're on the on-form side, top of the division at the moment, playing well, Jota's scoring goals. So, yeah, they're looking pretty solid altogether. Van Dijk and Trent Alexander-Arnold is playing very, very well. But then again, you also have the Chelsea team, who's starting to put it together now. They're starting to impress. Well, after we have to say sloppy start the first couple of games of the season, they are starting to put some wins together and looking very strong. Jackson's scoring goals for them, and they're looking like they could take any game at the moment and cause many people lots of problems. So Chelsea could make a difference. Could probably pull off a 1-1 draw at Liverpool. I mean, let's face it, Liverpool aren't impenetrable. They lost 1-0 to Forest at home. Admittedly, they had about 80% of the playing time against Forest, but they didn't manage to put a goal past the Forest defence, and Forest managed to get one past them. So it's more than possible, if we say, that Chelsea could also make a difference over in Anfield as well, and maybe score a goal as well, or 2 or 3, and they could maybe be surprise winners. But I personally think it probably be a 1-1 or 2-2 draw. I think both sides will have chances to score goals. Both sides will score goals, and I think more than likely a draw is going to be the outcome of that particular game. Anyway, those are my thoughts on those 3 games. If you would like to put your comments below, please do, and of course like this video. Speak to you soon. Goodbye.